I'm Jesus Christ, and you're listening to Underworld News Tonight.
Wah, wah, wah.
What's this I hear?
I'm Baby New Year. It's me,
Oh.
Baby New Year. It's the new
Hi,
year.
baby.
It's me, Baby
Hey, baby New Year.
I made
Yeah.
I made a poopy in my diaper. What's this?
Oh, man.
Looks like Jason's gonna get cancer this year.
Oh, shit. Well, it's just a matter of time, really.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know where the fuck I was going with that. I was like, I should start crying like a baby
Yeah.
and say I'm Baby New Year. And I was like, shit.
Right.
Guess I gotta give Jason cancer.
I know. Yeah.
You know, Jason?
Wait. Cancer or canceled?
I
heard
said
canceled.
cancer. I said you're getting cancer this year.
Oh, okay. That's fine. Yes, it's just a matter of time.
Either one's a matter of time.
Right.
Oh my god. Got any New Year's resolutions, Jason?
I do, actually. Do you have any? Did you?
I'm so glad you finally fucking asked about me, Jason. I'm so glad. You know, I come on this show before I even start.
Uh-huh.
I just want to say, I come on this show every week. I ask about you. I ask about how your week is. I ask about how your time is. You know,
Sure.
I don't actually give a shit. I pretend to because it's like being friendly, but I ask about that. You never once ask about me. So I'm glad you're like
Never.
finally not being an abject piece of shit and finally
Okay.
fucking asking about that. Anyway, my first New Year's resolution, I got a few. First
Okay.
one is to be less self-absorbed.
Okay. That sounds pretty good.
Hell
For
yeah.
me, my first resolution, this is finally going to be the year that I drag the snowblower out of the swimming pool.
Fuck yeah. Why is it in the swimming pool?
It's been there long enough. Oh, you know how it is.
How do you Jason, you have a swim. First off, you have a swimming pool?
For the sake of this bit, I do.
Okay, great. I was going to say you live in Denver.
People have swimming pools here.
Why? It's cold.
Well, no, it's not cold.
If there's one thing I know about Denver, it's cold. It's actually cold as balls in New York, so I don't know what the fuck. All right, anyway, guys. Let's get back to our resolutions.
Yeah. What's another one of yours?
All right, so you know, I like I have sex with people of all ages, as you know.
Uh-huh. Well,
I have a girlfriend now, but it's allowed. Well, all ages over 18.
should we qualify?
All ages over 23. All ages over 23.
Okay.
I have a
very good.
girlfriend now, but it's still allowed. So my goal this year is to finally have sex with a World War II veteran.
Nice.
Now, I prefer one on our side.
But you're not picky?
No, it doesn't have to be.
Yeah. No, the clock's definitely ticking on that. Yeah, you get on that. My another resolution, because I have some bad habits that working on, try to get rid of. I'm gonna stop biting other people's fingernails.
That's good. I got one as well. I want to masturbate less
Okay.
while we're recording the podcast.
Oh, is that what's going on?
Yeah, it's not working so far. That's why the audio quality is variable and my dog sounds concerned half the time.
Right. Another resolution I have, again, something I've been putting off, and I'm finally gonna take care of it. I'm gonna replace the fake Declaration of Independence that I left in the National Archives when I stole the real Declaration of Independence, hoping that on the back was a treasure map, but it's actually just doodles of boobs that Ben Franklin put there.
You know, I saw National Treasure once when it came out 20 years ago. Why was he stealing the
Same.
Declaration of Independence? Do you remember?
There's a treasure map.
Right, but why did he want it?
I don't. There was kind of a, now that you said, well, I mean, it's treasure, so I guess he wanted the treasure, but there was kind of a race, like it was him and Sean Bean. Sean Bean was the villain.
Oh, man. Did he die?
No, I don't think anyone died in
Yeah, it's a Disney movie.
National Treasure.
Well,
No,
anyway,
I'm the same. I saw it once.
anyway, I got one more. I got one more resolution for you.
All right.
I'm trying to get serious about my entertainment career, my comedy career. By the way, guys, I got 2 gigs coming up. Wednesday night, the 8th, I'm going to be doing a show. I'm going to be doing a set at Eastville Comedy Club, 8 p.m., Laughing Buddha Showcase. Tickets on the Laughing Buddha website. If you go, put in my name as why you're there so that they know I can fucking bring people. And I will be doing a set at League of Comics in Bushwick on Saturday the 11th. So come through to both of those. But all of which is to say, getting serious about my entertainment career, getting serious about my comedy career. This is the year that I take it to the next level and finally convert to Scientology.
Nice. Oh, good for you. That should really help.
No, I think so as well. And my thing is like, I'm already very mentally ill. Like, yeah. So, all I need to do is just not get help for it anymore.
Right. You do the what do they call it? Clear it? No.
E-readings.
Clear.
It's e-readings.
E-readings.
Clear is when you beat Scientology, you go clear, and then it's like the Scientology post game where you got to get like the good Scientology armor and max out all your skills.
Yeah, right. It's kind of a treadmill. Right.
Oh my god. Well, anyway, guys, do you have any more resolutions?
No, that's about it. I'm pretty good. I mean, you know me. I'm. What else? What is?
It's hard because
room for improvement.
We're pretty much perfect, and by pretty much I mean we are perfect. Like I've got perfect mind, perfect face, perfect body. I'm officially no longer medically overweight, so I got the perfect body.
Nice.
So, you know, it's like, what are my goals? What are my goals? To just keep being a handsome, skinny bitch? I guess so. That's not what we're here to talk about today. We are here to talk about the weird, wacky, and wild news of the week. I, of course, am Andrew Michaels, and I am joined, as always, by a man who I definitely forgot to... Fuck! God damn it! And I know I'm going to leave this in, too.
No,
I am joined by a man that I definitely remembered to come up with a fake intro for this week, Jason Strong. Jason, what am I going to say you are this week?
Former Play-Doh taste tester.
Yeah, I like that. Former Play-Doh taste tester. Current Play-Doh taste tester.
Yeah, well, I've moved on.
You know what's fucked up about Play-Doh, by the way? I don't know if they had this when you were a kid. But Play-Doh, they're like, don't eat the Play-Doh, right? You shouldn't do it. Then they made a Play-Doh spaghetti machine.
Right. Yeah.
Like, say what you will about Tide Pods. You can't make Tide Pod spaghetti.
No, that spaghetti was looking good, too.
It looked so fucking good,
The little
dude.
meatballs, yeah. No, it was
You want a hot take, by the way?
solid.
I don't know if you're going to agree. You know what always looks delicious to me? In the supermarket and stuff? Raw meat always looks delicious.
Yeah, I grant that.
Like, just eat, like, I know you can't do it, but you could just picture yourself chowing down on a raw steak.
Oh, there's definitely people that do it. Isn't that kind of a health fad?
Yeah, I've seen raw food TikTok.
A certain dude bro idiot eating raw food.
Yeah, it's a health fad where you fucking give yourself E. coli.
Right. Well, that's how you'll lose weight real quick.
Oh my god.
I don't know how if it helps build muscle mass, but
kind of just circled back around to the tapeworm, right? Because in the Victorian times, ladies would eat tapeworms, and then the tapeworm would eat the food. And that's crazy, because there wasn't that much food back then, and how hard could it be to resist, like, a bowl of gruel, right?
Right.
But, like, now, you eat raw meat, and you give yourself the tapeworm naturally.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Just the way nature intended.
Hell yeah. Well, anyway, Jason.
Parasite loads.
We gotta give these people what they want. These people are reliant on us for information. All right, sorry, we're not recording, are we? So I'm just going to say it. These goddamn mouth-breathing fucking idiot swine who...
Wait, no, we're recording.
We're recording? Oh, sorry. These wonderful people are reliant on us for information. So we should probably put on our journalism hats. We'll do that now. Yeah, see? Newsman.
Ah.
Yeah.
With a little fedora, it says press.
We're at war with the Japanese, see?
Yeah, we're starting the year strong. We got some pretty good stories this week.
Oh, I thought you meant with that
Um,
amazing intro riff. Probably our best ever.
I think so too. Certainly the most prepared we've ever been.
We did write something down.
Exactly. Our first story comes to us from the Daily Mail by Shane Cashman.
Hell yeah. Cash
Jimmy
man.
Carter. Yeah. Now that's cool
me.
name.
I'm a cash man.
Yeah. All right, Cash Man. I'll have to remember to call you that.
Hell yeah. Sure you will.
Jimmy Carter swore he saw a UFO and vowed to reveal the truth. Truth is all capitalized, so I think that's where the emphasis
Do you
lies.
think...
The truth.
Here's a conspiracy theory, maybe, and I don't want to get into it. Do you think the CIA killed him?
I do, actually. It was very long.
Yeah.
It was kind of a slow, the long con.
I think what
murder.
they did was they put him into office.
Uh-huh.
They made him like not very good at his job in like a bureaucratic sense.
Mm-hmm.
They got him not reelected.
Yeah.
They moved him back to Georgia. They got him to start building houses. And then while he was building the houses, he didn't realize that time was still progressing in a linear fashion. Now, this is what the CIA wants, because all they had to do was wait.
Just wait. Yep.
And then when he least expected it last week, because his brain had already turned into a puddle, so he couldn't expect anything, took him out.
I think that's right. Yeah. Yeah, and of course...
Maybe you think Jimmy Carter, rest in peace, Jimmy Carter, great humanitarian.
Yes.
And not to get into my perspective on Jimmy Carter.
No,
I say he was a bad president. I just think he was too much of a micromanager and stuff. Didn't know how to run the various departments very well. But R.I.P. Jimmy Carter.
Yeah.
When do you think his last erection was?
Oh, shit. I don't know. I honestly haven't really thought about that. Do you know, like, medically, when does that sort of start going downhill?
That's what's in. Well, I think it starts to go downhill in theory in your 60s. No, I imagine Jimmy Carter popped a Viagra or two in his lifetime. We don't like to think about it, but him and Rosalind had a long marriage. And
yes, they were very happy together.
He's an older guy, which means he probably didn't know how to eat pussy very well.
Right.
So I think at a certain point he was just popping the Viagras.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But like last natural boner, I think occurred.
It's got to be at least 30 years ago, right?
I think pretty much. I think it was probably when Bill Clinton got elected. I think that night. Or he heard about the Lewinsky scandal and he was like, "Wait, I could have done that." No, I feel bad. I feel bad. Jimmy Carter was such a sweet guy. I feel bad. All right, let's actually do the story.
No, he seems, by all accounts, he's a good person.
All right, I'm sorry, Jason. I want to correct you.
In his post-presidency,
was
a good person. Yeah, thank you. I don't. I can't speak to his presidency because I was like 4 years old. And have no I have no recollection of like gas lines or anything or stagflation, but I don't know. One Georgia night in 1969, nice. Jimmy Carter looked up over the pine trees and saw a moving orb as bright as the moon. He was standing outside the local Lions Club in Leary, where he was planning to address the meeting. But local politicking quickly vanished from his mind. The orb, quote, seemed to move towards us from a distance, stop, move partially away, return, and then depart, he said later, describing it as, quote, bluish at first, then reddish, luminous, not solid.
And I would actually trust Jimmy Carter's, before we continue, I'd trust Jimmy Carter's experience for a few reasons.
Yes.
First off, guy was, by all accounts, a fairly honest guy. I mean, he was still a politician. He still lied plenty of times in his life, but seemingly less than the average president. Yeah. And I think he was a pilot in World War II, right?
He wasn't a pilot. He was in the Navy, and he worked on nuclear submarines. Yeah.
Oh, he was underwater, so that's the opposite. unless they're U.S.
Well, they have to come up sometimes.
Yeah, it's true. That we know of.
Yeah, right. Carter's encounter with the UFO may pop up as a line in some of his obituaries, sandwiched between the sober analysis of his presidency and notable humanitarian work since.
And questions about his last erection.
Right. That's assumed. We take that as a given. Yeah.
Yeah, anyone who reads The Economist.
Exactly. And like all politicians, he should be judged for his successes and failures, in office and out. But more than just an amusing footnote, this story gives us important insight into who he was as a man.
Have you ever seen young Jimmy Carter, by the way? Like photos of young Jimmy Carter.
Yeah, he's not a bad looking guy.
He was kind of hot. He was like, honestly, like wood. I'm disappointed that he's not going to be the World War II veteran.
Yeah. Did he serve in World War II?
Yeah, he served in World War II. He was old as fuck. He was 100 years old.
Yeah.
1924.
Yeah.
World War II ends in 45.
You're right. That'd be, yeah. It would have been old enough.
Yeah.
We've almost forgotten what it's like to have leaders capable of marveling at the unknown. For all the problems the country may have faced during his presidency, Jimmy Carter would openly consider the mysteries of life before, during, and after his time in the White House.
So you don't think Donald Trump marvels at the unknown? Is that what we're saying? You can't picture him marveling at the unknown, huh?
Right. I think that's what's implied here. Yeah.
I can picture Joe Biden marveling at the unknown. That's what he does every time he's at a podium.
Especially now. Right.
Every time I see him, he has a look of absolute beautiful wonder on his face.
Yes, I think that's fair. Carter wasn't embarrassed to talk about his UFO sighting. In 1973, while serving as governor of Georgia, he filed a report documenting the sighting with the International UFO Bureau. He later said that after his own encounter, he would never again make fun of anyone who reported a similar experience. I believe we've referenced the International UFO Bureau.
Is that the same
before
as...
on this podcast?
We've talked about
maybe
not.
not.
A lot. I don't know if we've talked about the Bureau. I think we might have.
Right. They're just like
that might be an older...
groups of... Yeah.
International UFO Bureau is out of the University of... No, it's not out of the University of Ottawa. They are based... So I don't know if they're still around. They were around from 69 to 74, according to the University of Ottawa.
And then they what? Solved it? They figured out UFOs, so they disbanded?
I think they ran out of money.
Job done. Yeah.
I think is what happens.
His open-mindedness was rooted in the scientific training he received at college in Georgia, at the U.S. Naval Academy, and later with his work on nuclear submarines. Carter maintained that just because something may be a UFO doesn't mean it is extraterrestrial. Ultimately, he believed that what he saw,
while unexplainable,
was likely man-made. Yeah, they're kind of leaning in here to his scientific credentials. That's not really how I remember him, but I don't think he's a dumb or.
Well, no, he was very ignorant, like he installed the solar panels on the way. Like he was very forward thinking about climate, and then Reagan did that shit immediately when he got into office because it was gay.
Right. Yeah. Still is. Oh, solar panels.
You're gonna seriously worry about another polar bear that could be another man, because polar bears are boys, penguins are girls, as we all know.
Oh wow, yeah,
you don't know that?
No, I thought penguins were Batman villains played by
Ooh, that's true.
Colin Farrell in a fat suit. They can't even hire a fat actor. Danny DeVito nailed it.
Danny DeVito killed it. I think Colin Farrell also killed it.
I think Burgess Meredith was a solid.
Meredith was. There's never been a bad penguin, actually. We're actually discovering this on the show for the first time. There's never been a bad penguin. They should cast me and make it happen.
The penguin's sort of a vanilla as far as villains go. Like
you could do a lot with it.
Like they're just sort of like a gangster, or
you could do the Colin Farrell thing where he's a gangster. You could do the Danny DeVito thing where he's like deformed and you could give him his wacky umbrellas. He's got his wacky umbrellas.
Right. Mostly,
Will Ferrell didn't
yeah.
have wacky umbrellas. Yeah, I think he had one umbrella, and it was just a normal umbrella.
Yeah. Yeah. No, we could definitely use more wacky umbrellas.
I haven't watched the Penguin show though.
I haven't either.
Yeah. Thing is, last year when we
sorry.
started the podcast, Fat Andrew could have played the Penguin. Now I'm too thin and hot. I've got a Riddler body.
Right. Yeah. No, that's true. I think I'm getting close to the Penguin. Or Jack
Gorilla
Nicholson
Grodd.
Joker. Yeah. Oh, Gorilla Grodd, that'd be cool. Regardless, the encounter stayed with him for years. On the campaign trail in 1976, he made a point of promising that, as president, he'd release all UFO-related documents. By some accounts, after his election, he did in fact meet with then CIA Director George H.W. Bush to make that request.
And George H.W. Bush said no.
Said, fuck off. Yeah.
Literally, I will assassinate you.
Whatever may or may not have been said at that meeting, Carter never seemed to mention UFOs again, at least not publicly in his official capacity as president. He would later tell the American public releasing such information would harm interest of national security. This always seems like Trump made the same thing, the same promise when he was voted in, that he was going to release
I think Bill Clinton
release UFO shit. Bill Clinton did as well. Yeah. And then none of them do.
No, I know. I feel like they see it and they're like, ooh, yeah, gonna have to say no to that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. It's interesting.
To be fair, Trump says a lot of shit.
Oh, no,
all
no,
presidents
of course.
do. But Trump says he's going to do a lot of shit.
No, I would not take him at his word. The article goes on. Carter's interest in UFOs didn't fully disappear. Of course, in 1977, with the help of Carl Sagan, NASA sent the Voyager spacecraft into deep space with a golden record that held recordings of greetings and music from various nations and cultures. Carter sent a message.
It's fun to stay at the YMCA.
That's right. We can only hope. Oh,
young man.
I think they put Mozart or some shit on there.
Dude,
I feel like it was very.
sucks.
It's very Eurocentric, right? Like you're sending out something for the world, but it's like kind of a minority culture.
Yeah, play some Japanese music. I got a Japanese song they should play.
What's
classic? Da 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 da.
Oh man,
is that offensive?
I hope not.
I hope not. You know what? You know what? If it is offensive, the Japanese are the British of Asia, so I feel like it's fine.
I'm not going to interrogate that.
We're having fun at the very least. Oh man!
President Carter sent a message that read in part, "This is a present from a small, distant world. We hope someday, having solved the problems we face, to join a community of galactic civilization. This record represents our hopes and our determination and our goodwill in a vast and awesome universe."
I don't think that we're ever gonna. I think that even if humanity joins a galactic civilization, America won't.
Yeah, I mean we're pretty anti-NATO. Like
we hate the UN. We like NATO because like you know that's really like they work for us.
Kind of, right.
But like you know, as soon as the aliens would tell us to do a lot more shit, that would be harder for people to give up. Like if we joined a galactic civilization, you could see them being like, "You guys got to stop with eating fucking meat," right?
Right.
That's like, or at least factory farming. There's no fucking way.
No, we could never do that. Not Americans. But yeah, the article goes on. Basically, Carter took this with him the rest of his life. Till the day he died, was still interested in space and science, and thought a lot about.
I mean, I saw some of the last pictures of him. He didn't look that interested.
Well,
I don't know. To the end of his life.
I don't know. I mean, maybe rattling around in there.
Man.
Not to be insensitive, but gotta think of something, right?
Yeah, we haven't been insensitive to Jimmy Carter once.
No, not at all.
Not today, man. He is the only dead politician. You know, if we had this show when George H.W. Bush died, it would have been a laugh riot.
Yeah.
Did you ever see the clip
right.
of George H.W. Bush throwing the first pitch at a baseball game?
Yeah. I think I remember that.
Oh, I'm gonna play it. I'm gonna play it. What's that?
Yeah, and he also puked on the Prime Minister of Japan.
He also, you know about his. I don't know if I talked about it on the air. His sexual harassment method.
What was that? I know he was a horn dog at the end.
Yeah, because he was on Parkinson's medication that makes you very sexually harassing. And according to the lawsuit, he would call his nurses over and say, "Hey, do you know who my favorite magician is?" And it's not funny because sexual harassment's never funny.
No.
He would say, "Hey, do you know who my favorite magician is?" And then they would say, "Who?" And then he would grope them and say, "David Copperfield."
Ah.
It's not funny.
That seems like something an old man would do.
It's not funny. It's not fun. Don't laugh. Don't laugh. It's not funny. It's very serious.
I'm trying not to. No.
All right, anyway. We got George H.W. Bush throwing the first pitch. Let's play it.
Okay, let's take a look.
For our ceremonial first pitch. First, please join me in welcoming proud Texan and the 41st President of the United States, George H.W. Bush.
Raising it. Watch him take in the energy of that crowd.
The President, 41, has the ceremonial first pitch ball and would like to, at this time, present it to his son, the 43rd President of the United States, George W. Bush. He'll make his way
I remember the pitch actually throwing it
ceremonial first pitch.
Yeah. I thought so too.
Does he throw it? No, he does throw it.
Here comes out, United States, George
Gives it back to his dad.
W. Bush.
Okay.
Great moment here in Houston prior to Game 5. There's just something about George W. Bush and ceremonial first pitches at World Series.
All right. Yeah, I guess I misremembered it because I remember him throwing the pitch. You remember that too, right? I guess he doesn't have the video. Mm-hmm. Oh, man. Guess that's just going to be us realizing we don't remember a video differently. Oh, well.
This is our Mandela effect.
Man, that's actually the first Mandela effect that I'm no, I remember this.
Right. Yeah. Doing badly.
You know what the Mandela effect is named after though? I found out why they call it that. And it's not because it was when Nelson Mandela died. I had thought it was just people thought he was already dead. And I'm that makes sense. He was old as shit, right? But it wasn't that. It was that people thought that he had died in prison before he became, I think, president or prime minister of South Africa.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
it couldn't be true. Yeah.
That's just you didn't pay any attention to the news and you're dumb.
Right. Yes. That is what, yeah.
I think the Mandela effect, maybe this is a hot take, is just a term for being dumb.
For being dumb, yeah.
So I should do that with I should do that with my girlfriends. Did you remember to do this thing? And I'll be sorry, babe, Mandela effect.
Well, I feel like that's closer to gaslighting. What you're doing.
Hey, man.
No, you never told me. Yeah.
If it works, man. Is it gaslighting if it works?
Yes.
All right, speaking of which. So, my friend, I think this is going to be a pretty bullshitty episode just based on the fact that we're 30 minutes in, so fuck it. My friend's in the doghouse with his girl because he liked a picture that a bartender that we know posted on Instagram of her butt. He liked the picture, and it was a very clear thirst trap. It was not a questionable thirst trap. And he's in trouble, right?
Sure.
And I feel first off, I think that if my girlfriend liked a picture of a guy's bulge on social media, I wouldn't care. I would not, wouldn't even register to me, right? Do you feel the same way?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's what. Yeah.
Yeah, you know.
That's what social media is for, right?
Right? It's not. It doesn't, constitute an affair. But then also,
no.
I told him this. I told him what you got to do is if you like a thirst trap, you then go back. You go to like The Economist. You like 5 posts from like The Economist, the New York Times, a bunch of stuff. And then when she interrogates you about it, you're like, sorry, I was reading about like tariff policy, and I was just so mad that they're misunderstanding the effects the tariffs will have on inflation that I just kept like pounding my screen. I guess I accidentally liked this picture of a butt, which has nothing to do with economics.
Right. I didn't even mean to look at the butt.
Yeah. Is that also gaslighting?
Yes.
Never mind. Don't do that.
No, I think that's just straight lying.
Oh, that's okay.
Yeah, lying's fine.
Right? Gaslighting is a type of abuse. Lying is strategy and tactics.
That's right. That's absolutely right.
And if you lie enough that she gaslights herself, it's technically okay.
Boy, I don't. Yeah, you're some murky waters. I'm not sure.
This is going to be the episode that actually gets me in trouble, isn't it? I'm saying more stuff, and I'm like, this is going to be the episode that actually gets me in trouble. My dog is here trying to stop me from canceling myself.
Right. He has strong feelings about Jimmy Carter.
He's a Carter fan. I mean, he voted for John B. Anderson in 1980. He was going to vote. He supported Ted Kennedy in the primaries, but that's just because he liked him killing a woman in a car.
Sure.
He's a big fan of that. My dog's a real fucking sexist piece of shit. I've told him, I'm like, this isn't okay. And he's like, you should say that shit about gaslighting. And I'm like, Lentil, gaslighting is not cool. I'm like the son of Sam, except my dog doesn't tell me to kill people. He just tells me to make sexist jokes.
Yeah. Marginally better.
A lot better.
A lot better.
Hey, buddy.
This story comes to us from Reddit, r/paranormal encounters, by Hollister's 2585. And it goes like this. Work office bathroom. I work in an office that is the second floor. I've been here for almost a year. Since I started here, I've always felt a sense of dread every time I went into the women's bathroom.
I'm going to stop right there. No, that's called you always feel a sense of dread when you go to work. Yeah. And that is very normal.
I've also had a few things that have happened while I've been in there.
Me too.
A few. You're right. A variety of things.
Number 1, number 2, and number 3.
Number 3.
Can't take a number 3 at work.
No. A few months ago, I recorded a voice text and sent it to my husband. I was alone in the first stall. When playing it back, you can clearly hear a woman's voice that says, Satan. This poor guy, getting text or vocal voice messages from his wife on the shitter.
Sometimes
it can't be good.
Sometimes a girl sends you a voice memo, and my phone will transcribe it. I don't know if iPhone does that.
Yeah.
Android transcribes it.
Yeah.
Sometimes I just read the transcript. I'm busy. I'm like, I'm gonna just read the transcript.
Sure.
No, it's like nice to hear your voice, but sometimes I'm busy. I just read the transcript.
Yeah.
So you might not have heard it. So I feel like a lot of men do that.
Oh, that's
right?
true. Yeah. No, you might be right. I do. I read the. I mean, I don't get a lot of voice text, but like with voicemail, I just read the transcript. Around that same time, one of the tiles in the ceiling was pushed up and moved, so you could see all the way up inside, where it was very dark, but looked big enough to almost be an additional floor above us. I finally had to ask the cleaning staff to fix it because it creeped me out so bad. Not sure it's the cleaning staff's job, but
no, they can't.
Whatever. Yeah.
What are they supposed to do?
Right. We have an automatic towel dispenser next to our sink that is not automatic. One day, while alone in there, both the dispenser and the sink went off by itself.
Oh man!
Now I'm so scared to go in there that I will hold the urge to go so long that I'll either go once in a 9-hour period or I don't go at all.
Oh,
How do I get rid of it? I'm worried that if I burn sage, it'll set a smoke alarm off.
This seems like somebody at Amazon was like, we can't legally stop them from taking bathroom breaks, But what if we make the bathroom haunted?
We can haunt the
the whole time I was like,
yeah.
when she was like, I stopped taking bathroom breaks, I'm 100% on, like, the boss is doing this.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
This is my
That's kind of
unironic belief.
Yeah. Yeah. The Satan thing's weird. All right. So we'll go through it but the Satan thing's weird because, like, what's Satan's end game in this? He's just whispering Satan.
If nobody takes a shit, then everybody has to shit their pants at church. And if you shit your pants at church, it doesn't count.
It doesn't count that you're at church. Well, you have to leave early.
You gotta. Well, no, you don't have to. But
they really would prefer if you did.
All of a sudden, you're allowed to miss communion.
Right. They are okay with that. Yeah, the Satan thing's weird. I do like the I find the moved ceiling tile with the she described as an expansive space, which probably isn't true, but that definitely brings to mind what do they call that? The backroom sort of horror that you see. That shit I think is pretty cool. Like that freaks me out.
You know what the problem is with the back rooms? The original back rooms is scary because it's just like, oh, you like no clip into this other plane of reality, and it's very like liminal, right?
Right.
There's a back rooms wiki, and they're like, here's what's on this floor of the back rooms. Here's what's on that floor of the back rooms. And I feel like the reason it's scary is the opposite.
Right.
Like you don't know.
It could be anywhere. Like it could be a mall or an office or.
Well, have you read you read the original Backrooms green text, right?
No.
Oh, I'm going to read it because it's very short, but it's scary.
Okay.
So it's the famous picture of like the hotel, like the kind of empty hotel lobby.
Yeah,
And
I can picture it.
It says, if you're not careful and you no clip out of reality in the wrong areas, you'll end up in the back rooms, where it's nothing but the stink of old moist carpet, the madness of mono yellow, the endless background noise of fluorescent lights at maximum hum buzz, and approximately 600 million square miles of randomly segmented empty rooms to be trapped in. God save you if you hear something wandering around nearby, because it sure as hell heard you.
Oh, I have read that.
Yeah, see, that's scary.
It is creepy.
And you see how it would be less scary if they were like, if you hear something wandering around nearby, it's the Oogie Boogie demon whose skin is worms and blood is cum.
Right. Yeah, it's you're always more scared of stuff you don't know. Even if it's a 100-foot tall monster, you think, oh, at least it's not a 200-foot tall monster.
Exactly.
No, I get that. I get it. Yeah. I'm actually, I've been reading a book House of Leaves, which is kind of the same. Yeah, kind of the same similar premise. Yeah, creepy, good stuff. But no, this.
I've been reading Huckleberry Finn. Thank you for asking what I'm reading in the new year. I'm not reading the whole book. I'm just skimming it for the N-word, and then I read the N-word on each page, and then I go to the next page.
Yeah. Sounds great.
Just reading a list of N-words.
Right.
Let's just double down on getting myself canceled this week. This is going to be like the moment we get big, they're going to be like, hey, this is episode, like, what episode is this? Like 65 or whatever?
Something like that, yeah.
They're going to just bring that back and be like, here are all the things they said in episode 65. Well, no, here are all the things Andrew said in episode 65. Well, Jason uncomfortably laughed on.
No, I feel bad for if this is like a ghost. What a hell! Like to be a ghost at work.
Yeah,
fuck
that
that.
Sucks. Well, did you hear about that woman? Did you hear about that woman who died at her cubicle at H&R Block? Like this was months ago.
Oh yeah,
and they didn't find her for like 3 days.
Right,
She could have just not gone to work that whole time, and they wouldn't have noticed. That's the tragedy.
No, that's oh my god, that is awful. Yeah, I don't know what. I know where you and I worked, when we met, where we worked together.
Yeah.
I think it was against company policy to smudge, to burn sage.
Yeah, it was.
If I recall.
I don't think they ever said anything about it, but I feel like they wouldn't have liked it because they would only let you wear jeans on a Friday. and I feel like that's
right. It was one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did I tell you about the time they tried to make me send a guy home for wearing blue khakis on a Wednesday, and I had to. It became a whole fucking thing in the middle of the workday.
Oh my god. I don't know. At least it got you out of taking phone calls, though, right? Although that's still pretty awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was the dumbest fucking shit. Fuck that job.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. Do they have sage vapes now? Can you vape some sage?
You can vape some watermelon ice.
I don't know if that has the same effect on spirits or the bad mojo.
I feel like
ice.
If you vape in the bathroom and the spirit catches you, it's gonna be like, fuck you.
I don't know.
Can ghosts smell?
It's hard to say. I don't know. I don't really know if there's like a consistent, definite list of ghost abilities. They seem like different ghosts can do different things. So maybe. Well, I would think if this ghost is hanging out in a bathroom, I hope to God it can't smell.
That's true.
Because again, this is a special kind of hell. Like this must have been a horrible person in life.
Well,
to be stuck haunting a office bathroom.
What if she works at Graceland?
Okay.
That's why the bathroom's haunted.
Could change. That could be. Although I think that's like she said something about stalls and like ceiling tiles. I would think that the bathrooms at Graceland would be like, I don't know, banana yellow and have like gold fixtures and you know what I mean? Like it would be an entirely different environment.
If I was a crazy, rich, fat man who was addicted to peanut butter and bacon sandwiches, every pill that was legal in the 70s, and teenage girls, I would probably have a public like the equivalent of a public bathroom in my house, so that if I had parties, multiple people could go.
Oh, yeah.
They'd have a good cocaine bathroom at the very least.
That makes sense, actually. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. That's where you make the Colonel use that one.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess, but what? How do you get rid of a ghost beyond sage?
I think you got to take a number 3.
Andrew says take a number 3. I think that solves it.
I think you won't work there anymore.
Either way, problem solved.
Definitely solves it.
Yeah, and hey, maybe not send your husband voice memos when you're sitting on the toilet.
That's a weird thing to do. Yeah, we don't need to necessarily go into that, but that is a weird thing to do.
You're sort of asking for whatever spirits are in the vicinity to harass you to knock that shit off.
No, exactly. I mean, like, come on, like, literally. All right, this is actually. I think it's bad for relationships that we're expected to be in touch all the time, because it used to be like when my parents were raising me, my dad would go to work, my mom wouldn't hear from him for the day unless there was an emergency, and then he would come home. Right? And maybe he'd send a text and be like, I'll be home in a bit or I'm running late, right? But now it's like you're like, I don't know. This is not even this is not the case in my relationship, but this is something I have noticed in my relationship experience.
No, I agree. Yeah, it's easy to. Yeah, with like the way technology is, it's easy to like constantly be in touch. Even not even so much like with your significant other, but anyone. Like
literally everyone.
That's honestly why I got off Facebook like years ago. Is I'd meet someone at a party and like we'd become Facebook friends, and then I would get to read like every stupid thought that passed through their head at any time that they felt like vomiting out.
I'm going to stop you right there. We host a podcast.
I know. I'm well aware.
So let's cool it with saying every stupid thought that pops in your head.
Whatever pops in my head.
Because I think my thoughts are really stupid tonight.
But we're funny.
Yeah.
You're a comedian. I'm comedian adjacent.
I'm a comedian. You're actually funny.
Now. No, like we're good.
We're good. Other podcasts suck.
Yeah.
Move over, Freakonomics.
Right.
Freakonomics Radio or whatever it's called.
Yeah. Ugh. So tiring.
For real.
All right, man. We're at an hour and still have 2 stories. Let me do. We'll see where we're at after this one.
Yeah, maybe we'll have to skip one. Maybe we'll have to leave these people clamoring, their
Right.
loins moist and trembling for a story they're not
Aflame.
getting. Because sometimes you gotta tease them to please them.
Just yearning. Yeah.
Yearning.
What a fun word. Yearning.
I yearn for you, Jason Strong.
I don't know. Honestly, if my partner or anyone said that to me, I have no idea how I would react. Like, that would be...
I think
it'd
that
be
my
hard to keep a
voice is
straight
high-pitched
face.
enough that was just too feminine and it got a little too real for you.
Right. All right. Next story comes to us from dailyatomic.com.
All right.
This sounds like a comic book newspaper, like they're in competition with the Daily Bugle. Or
I take my Daily Atomic every day, man.
do you? Yeah.
Dude, with all the fucking buffalo chicken pizza slices from Home Slice that I'm eating, should probably bleep that out. I don't need people knowing my local pizza joint.
You gotta do your Daily Atomic.
Oh yeah.
Just gotta. Olivia Bennett reporting. Residents report strange effects from let's take another run at that.
Oh my God, Jason, you are fucking this whole show up. Holy shit!
It's just so unprofessional.
They're gonna take my badge and my gun away for this.
Yeah. Residents report strange effects from pharmaceutical plant emissions in Irish town.
All right. Well.
Oh, it's not. Yeah. It's not going to get easier for me in terms of pronunciation here.
Did they make vapes that will give you pharmaceutical plant emissions? I would like that.
Oh, that's probably a good...
Can we do that? Is it illegal to take a bunch of controlled substances sold on the pharmaceutical market, turn them into a concentrate, and then let people vape them basically unregulated? Because I've never seen someone get carded for one. Is that a crime?
I mean, given the incoming administration, I think we're probably good.
I think we could get RFK on our side.
I believe we can.
Look,
I have no doubt.
Say what you will about the incoming Trump administration,
and
I've never felt more confident in my ability to get a cabinet member on this podcast.
That's right.
Because, we weren't going to get Pete Buttigieg, right? But I feel like we can maybe swing Linda McMahon.
Maybe. She's a little high profile.
You think?
But there's certainly going to be others that...
You think we could get RFK? His voice is less annoying than mine.
Oh, I don't know.
I like how,
I don't know if I'm with you on that one.
Oh, yeah. Well, I like how, with RFK, you're not, his voice is like that because of a medical condition, but he's just such a piece of shit. It's, fine to make fun of it.
Is it a... Because Vince McMahon has the same voice.
No, he doesn't.
No?
RFK
That's sort
has
of
something
gravelly.
No, but RFK has something called spasmodic dysphonia. This is actually true, where his throat muscles just randomly tense up. He didn't. If you look at clips of him from the 90s and 2000s, he doesn't have to sound like that. He sounds like a normal cat.
Right. Okay.
Again, it's sad, and then it's oh, this guy really sucks though.
Yeah, he does suck.
What are you gonna do?
Right. Yeah. Residents of Ringaskiddy, a small coastal town in County Cork, Ireland.
Oh man.
Ringaskiddy. What a fun... Ringaskiddy.
You know what's interesting? There are places... This is not that interesting now that I'm saying it out loud.
So then continue.
Sometimes living in a coastal town is cool. If you live in a coastal town in Massachusetts or New Jersey or like Florida or California, it's considered like nice. Maybe not Florida, but like California, it's considered like nice.
Yeah.
I feel like a coastal town in like Ireland is like less nice. Like Canadian coastal towns suck. I'm just going to ignore him fucking barking. Canadian coastal towns suck.
Whenever I watch television shows or movies, whatever, set in the UK, like it always looks like these tiny, like sort of impoverished, almost like cottages.
Yeah.
Just like dotting, with they're just sort of randomly like strewn about. There's not even necessarily roads, or I don't know. I find it like, I've never been like to the UK, but I kind of want to go check it out. Like,
you know what got to be hard about living in a poor town in the UK? You get up, you're working a long shift, you're going back to your shitty cottage, you're tired, but you still have to wake up every morning and do the accent.
Right. Yeah. Where was I at?
I don't know.
Claim that emissions from a local Pfizer pharmaceutical plant, which manufactures Viagra, are having an unexpected effect on the local male population.
Oh, man. Bricked up again, huh?
The villagers assert that fumes from the factory have been causing spontaneous arousal among men in the area.
Sometimes you are, because it's not, so they're not saying like we're hard all the time, right? They're saying like, sometimes we're just random.
Periodically, yeah.
So have they considered sometimes you're horny?
Right, that's just sort of how it works.
Yeah, because like I can't speak for anybody else, but sometimes I am horny. Most of the time, as a matter of fact, I'm a little horny.
Right. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that seems like that's just sort of a hazard that us penis having folks deal with.
Man,
it just sometimes you're feeling it, sometimes you're not.
There's what's like an awakening? That first car ride in middle school when you realize that a bumpy car ride will do it, and you're like, shit, I am fucked because now I'm walking out of the car bricked up. And then you get a little older and you realize, oh, everybody was going through the same thing and walking out of the car bricked up. But
yep,
not easy with the gym shorts.
No. Yeah, sort of famously, like when you're climbing the ropes. Yeah, I don't know. Did you have to like climb ropes?
So they had rope climbing. I never did it because I'm afraid. I'm actually like in real life. I'm very afraid. I'm not as much now, but as a kid, especially, I'm like afraid of heights. Like I'm fine in a tall building or something, but if I'm in anything where I could even picture myself like falling, so like a rope, even like mountain climbing, I need to be like careful with some of the views to not freak myself out. So I did my gym class. We had something called aerobic walking, which was
really
you just walked around the fucking track with your friends and talked shit for 40 minutes.
That's pretty bitchin', actually. That sounds like an awesome gym class.
It was
great. We had to climb the ropes, like 9th grade. And it was probably 3 stories. Like it was the gym, so however tall like a gymnasium is. Not fun. When I learned a little bit about myself that day, climbing the rope. The factory, which has been producing sildenafil citrate, the active ingredient in Viagra, since 1998, had become the source of local folklore and international attention.
All right.
Residents have
boring. You know a place is a little boring when the local folklore is like you can get an erection.
Yeah. No, I was thinking that. Like not a lot to recommend. Ring a skitty in Ireland if the Pfizer factory is there is a top attraction.
Man, Ring a Skitty sounds like the worst SoundCloud rapper you have ever heard in your life, doesn't it?
Right. It does. And of all the places to get a surprise boner, Ring a Skitty, that sounds like a horror movie.
I have a friend who she just went through a breakup, and she dates a lot of artists. And she's like, all these artists are mean. So I'm like, date an actor. And she was like, they're dumb. So I was like, you should just date a white rapper. And I do think she needs to date a white rapper named Ring a Skitty. Lucilla, if you're listening to this, date a white rapper named Ring a Skitty.
Yeah. Quote, one whiff and you're stiff, claimed Debbie O'Grady.
That's pretty funny. I like the Irish.
I do too. A resident quoted by the Sunday Times. Local bartender Debbie O'Connell noted that living near the factory hasn't caused any problems for the community, adding that
No, probably it's better
quote,
for the women.
something in the air. Well, maybe.
I guess.
I mean, Pfizer, however, has firmly rejected these claims. The company stated that the manufacturing process is contained and controlled, and the plant's emissions are closely monitored and regulated. Which kind of makes sense. Like, they don't want to be given, like, they're making pills and making money off that.
Yeah,
they don't want to be giving it away.
Yeah. If there's one town in Ireland that people could move to and never, like, this is why I call BS. If there was a town in Ireland that just living there would get you an erection, it would be one of the most popular vacation spots for American billionaires.
Exactly. Yeah.
Like, it would be developed.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
Around the Viagra factory. It would be like the Holy See.
Right. According to Pfizer's representatives, and if you're not going to trust a pharmaceutical company representative, who are you going to trust?
Exactly. No, for real.
The production of sildenafil citrate has no impact on the air quality in the surrounding area.
So that sounds like a little bit of a dodge here.
Mm-hmm.
It's not about the air quality. It's first off, I don't believe that expelling fumes doesn't impact air quality.
Right.
That's right. It seems like at the very least it's going to affect air quality. But also the question was about the boners.
Yeah. Right.
It would be funny if he answered that question. He's like, it doesn't affect the air quality. They're like, okay, can you answer that standing up? And he's like, no.
No, I cannot. Man, all those think of all those like 12, 13, 14-year-old schoolboys.
They don't notice it would be the same for them everywhere.
I guess that's true. But like they can't ever be called upon to like write something on the board.
Just
stay in your seat.
You go there and everybody walking to work has like their briefcase in front of their lap or something.
Right. Environmental health experts note pharmaceutical companies must follow strict protocols for containing active ingredients during the manufacturing process. Any emissions are subject to rigorous environmental regulation.
Well, I don't know if rigorous is the word that.
Right.
I'd avoid mention of rigor.
That's right. The village of Ringaskiddy has been home to various pharmaceutical facilities for decades, contributing significantly to the local economy. The Pfizer plant in particular has been a major employer in the region since it began operations.
That's crazy.
So maybe this is
more about job numbers in the pharmaceutical industry in Ireland for a bit. Actually, let's
dive into that.
Go into it let's do another 2.5 hours of the show this week and dive into pharmaceutical numbers in Ireland. I think it's important. Right.
Yeah, we need to bring this out.
11,000 people work for Johnson & Johnson. Like, fuck, what's the pharmaceutical company? It's now Pfizer.
No, but this, if anything, fuels. This is all the more motive for like a cover up.
Dude,
real. Maybe there are a bunch of boners walking around, but they can't.
That's hard to cover up.
You can't do anything. Well,
it is crazy.
It's Ringaskiddy, Ireland. Like, nobody goes there.
It's probably easier to cover up your plant giving everyone cancer than your plant giving everyone a boner.
I think that's probably right. Yeah.
Man. That's crazy, though. Do you think there's an audio frequency we could do on the podcast where everybody listening gets an erection and then we'll lock down senior citizens?
I don't know. It's like ASMR adjacent or something. You think like
maybe when I did
something that stimulates the brain the right way?
Yeah, maybe when I did that sex noise that did it.
It could be. I would be afraid of experimenting too much because sort of mythically, there's the brown sound,
Well,
the frequency that'll make people shit.
well,
And I don't know if that. Well, I guess if we're going for the elderly, either way is probably okay.
yeah, they won't notice that
Fine.
one.
Right. All right.
All right.
What do you think? One more? Or are we good?
You know what? We didn't do an episode for Christmas. I think we should give these people one
they
more
want.
story.
All right.
All they
I
ever
think you're
wanted.
right.
All they want for Christmas is us.
That's right.
And they can't have us because that is called slavery and that's a crime. But they can have this story.
Yep. This story comes to us from USA Today, from Jeffrey Meehan.
All right.
Headline.
I gotta stop saying "all right" like that in front of after people's names. It's a weird quirk.
I guess you feel like you gotta acknowledge something, say something.
Yeah, I always have something
Some
funny to say
acknowledgement.
about their names. Sometimes people just have names.
Right. Scientists say it's shocking California squirrels turned carnivorous, hunt and eat voles.
What the fuck's a vole?
Oh, we all know what a vole is.
I don't know what a vole
I
is.
certainly, I don't have to explain it. No, it's like a little, kind of mole?
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm looking at a picture of one now. They're cute.
Yeah. No, they're cute. They probably
Sure,
don't
they're
want
disgusting.
them in your yard. Yeah.
Oh, they're called field mice. Okay.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that that's what they were.
Yeah, it's the same thing as a field mouse.
Very good. We all know squirrels love nuts, seeds, and grains, filling their cheeks with the day's foraging.
Yep.
But
and that's the end of the story, guys. Something to feel
Yeah,
good about. Just a
right.
cute image to leave in mind.
Thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening. I'm Andrew Michaels. You can follow me, Andrew
Right.
Michaels Comedy.
But some squirrels hunger for flesh. No. But a new study out of Wisconsin, Eau Claire, and the University of California, Davis, suggests the eating habits of California ground squirrels could be shifting. According to a release from UC Davis, widespread carnivorous behavior has been documented for the first time amongst squirrels just outside of the San Francisco area. With all the problems, it's good to know they're on top of the...
You know what? California, though, I've heard this about LA rats, too. California has the normal animals, but they are, a little scarier.
Yeah.
LA rats are much worse. There aren't as many rats in LA than California, but they have much bigger rats that are much more, aggressive because they live in trees and shit. Whereas New York City rats are pretty chill. You don't want them. They're disgusting. But they're,
Right.
if a rat sees you, it's just going to run away.
Right. No, that's interesting. I didn't know that about the LA Rats. That's an awesome name for a band.
Yeah.
The LA Rats. What have ground squirrels been hunting? The study, published in the Journal of Ethology, provides evidence that ground squirrels are hunting and eating voles, which are small rodents. It suggests that these squirrels may be opportunistic carnivores rather than focusing solely on a diet of seeds and other plant material.
Mm-hmm.
Opportunistic carnivore, I think, describes me pretty well.
Yeah, that's just being in the entertainment industry.
Right.
But, look.
Someone gives you a turkey sandwich, I'm taking that,
Dude, for real.
I'd say no.
So basically, they're out of their normal food and they're turning to cannibalism.
Well, carnivore. They're eating another
Meat.
species.
Oh, okay. Yeah, they're eating the voles.
Yeah.
Man.
The shift in behavior was observed earlier this year at Briones Regional Park, northeast of Berkeley, where a long-term project focused on ground squirrels began in 2013. Of 74 interactions with squirrels, of 74 interactions the squirrels had with voles between June and July, 42% involved active hunting. UC Davis said. Jennifer Smith, the study's lead author and associate professor of biology at UW Eau Claire, said this was shocking. We had never seen this behavior before.
Could it be, I'm sure they considered this, but could it be that voles and squirrels have the same food that they eat? So if a squirrel sees a vole and what it perceives as its territory, it's going to kill it? Because squirrels are also a little territorial, I think, right?
Yeah.
They chase each other around. They scream.
Right. No,
Squirrels scream, right? They scream like people.
Oh, yeah. Uh-huh.
The first
No,
time
I
I
have
ever
like
heard a
a.
squirrel scream, I was in college, and I was smoking a joint on my girlfriend at the time's porch, and I was looking at the squirrel, and it just starts shrieking, and I was like, "What the fuck is happening?"
Oh man.
It was in Worcester,
No,
Massachusetts.
I got a family squirrels that live in the tree in my front yard, and no, they're pretty cool. I don't think I've heard them scream, but they're definitely like they're completely used to me.
Yeah,
Like they do whatever the fuck they want, whether I'm in the yard or not.
yeah. No, they're not territorial with people because they know who would win. But like when you see a squirrel
Right.
get in another squirrel's tree, like they fight.
No, that's true. No, you're right. Yeah, because I hear them like scratching as they chase each other up and down, and they kind of will holler. And
Yeah.
Smith leads the Ground Squirrel Project with Sonia Wild, postdoctoral research fellow in UC Davis's Environmental Science and Policy Department. It was undergraduate researchers who first noticed the new behavior and brought video to Wild. I could barely believe my eyes, she said. From then, we saw that behavior almost every day. Once we started looking, we saw it everywhere.
Man.
It seems a little overstated, the shock, but...
Yeah, it seems like you saw... Like, no, I mean, animals do weird shit. Well, my dog's barking because there's somebody unloading their car outside. Animals do weird shit. Like my dog being a fucking piece of shit all the time when I'm trying to record a podcast. And with that, lentil chill, buddy. With that, it makes sense that you're going to see disturbing behavior. Never look up your favorite animal because you're going to find out something upsetting. Have you ever done this? Have you found out really upsetting facts? What's yours? You tell me yours, I'll tell you mine.
My favorite animal is Komodo dragon.
All right.
And they are horrible. Like, just filthy, disgusting. They kill people when they can. They're awful.
Yeah, they're
what's
huge
yours?
too. I mean, that's like, all right. So mine's worse. My favorite animal is orangutans.
Oh yeah.
And with orangutans, the ones with the fucked up faces are the alphas. The ones with the flat faces are not. So the ones with the fucked up faces, they get to mate wherever, and like it's cool. Orangutans with flat faces just rape.
Yeah.
I don't know why we ended on this. This is like upsetting. A lot of animals kill and rape is my point.
Yeah.
But we don't.
No. Here, we'll turn it around here.
Please, Jason, save me.
you asked like why or floated that maybe they're coming into contact. Says the shift may have occurred due to an increase in the vole population. Squirrels were observed hunting, eating, and competing over vole prey from June 10th to July 30th, UC Davis said. The event peaked in the first 2 weeks of July, coinciding with reports by citizen scientists of an increase in the vole population.
Man.
Through this collaboration and the data coming in, we're able to document this widespread behavior. We had no idea what was going on, Smith said. Digital technology can inform science, but there's no replacement for going out there and witnessing the behavior, because what animals are doing always surprises us.
Not always. Some animals are just stupid and don't really, like jellyfish never surprise me.
Yeah, that's
never
right.
Been surprised by a jellyfish. They just kind of float around and die.
Yeah. No. Yeah. The fact that California ground squirrels are behaviorally flexible and can respond to changes in food availability might help them persist in environments rapidly changing due to the presence of humans. Or potentially they just start eating the humans.
Have you heard about how stupid koalas are?
Nothing specific.
So it's another fact. It's kind of sad, but koalas have the smallest brain-to-body ratio of any mammal, and I think the smoothest brain of any mammal. So they are, not bright. And one thing about koalas is they only recognize eucalyptus leaves on the branch. So a koala, you could put a bowl of eucalyptus leaves in front of a koala, and it'll just starve to death.
Wow. No, I had no idea. They only eat eucalyptus.
Yeah, and I think it's
Pretty
also
much, right?
because they're, too dumb to eat anything else, because there's no nutrients. There's no nutrients in it. So it makes them dumb.
Huh. Man, Australia's got some fucked up animals.
Yeah, I'm not a scientist, so take all that with a grain of salt. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for listening. I'm probably going to go to prison after this episode, I think. So, we appreciate you. We'll see you guys in 25 years. See you guys in 2050 if Jason's around.
Yep.
Jason, where can people follow you?
Find me on Instagram, TikTok, and Blue Sky. And Andrew, where can people follow you?
His name is Jason V. Strong on those platforms, by the way. You don't
It
just
is.
need to go off of vibes. You can find me.
The V is for very cool. But it's just V.
V is for virgin. He is a very chaste man. He's a devout Catholic.
Right.
Congratulations on becoming a Monsignor this week, Jason. Sure that'll get undone real quick.
Yeah, I don't know what that means, but
I think Monsignors are like priests who are too dumb to be priests. No offense to our Monsignor listeners.
Of which there are many, yeah.
I think they're the dentists of priests.
Well, they have to do something. They don't just like...
I think they're a priest if your parish is too broke to pay for a priest. They get a Monsignor, and it's just like, this guy doesn't fuck, but we're not teaching him Latin.
Got it. Okay.
Anyway,
yeah, your social media.
Yeah, Andrew Michaels Comedy, TikTok, YouTube, Instagram. If you're in New York this week, Wednesday the 8th, 8 p.m., I'm going to be doing a set at the Laughing Buddha show at Eastville Comedy Club in Brooklyn. And on the 11th, I got another show in Brooklyn, going to be the League of Comics tournament show in Bushwick at Star Bar. That is at 9 p.m. Laughing Buddha show is $20. You can get the tickets on the Laughing Buddha website. Make sure you put my name in so people know you're coming to see me. Star Bar is free. Come through. Watch me get my ass handed to me by better comedians.
Yeah, you said it's what'd you say, a tournament?
It's a tournament, yeah. So basically what they do is they give
League
all
of Comedians.
Yeah, League of Comics. They give us different set themes. So they give us like a list of set types they want us to do. They're going to send that to me tomorrow, and I'm going to have to write like 10 sets. And then like 10 like 2-minute sets, not 5 minutes. And then they're going to and then depending on what gets picked, I'll go round for round with people, and maybe I'll win, probably not.
Sure. And there's a rumble, right? Then you fight.
Then we fight, then we French kiss and make up. Just like what happens on this show every week. You can also follow this show, TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and of course, wherever you get your podcasts, Underworld News Tonight. Guys, it's a new year. Jason, what do you have to say about that? I don't have a follow-up thought.
It's a kind of a clean slate. You get to start over. You can be whoever you want to be.
Unless you already fucked it up, in which case you got, 12 months to go, double down.
Right.
Just descend for a year, and then that makes your reconnection to God greater next year.
Yeah. Live your dreams, I guess. I don't know.
Live your
Don't listen to me.
Live your dreams. That means I don't know if I want to live my dreams. A lot of my dreams are about me leaving my apartment to go to Dunkin' Donuts and realizing I'm still naked and then getting arrested.
Yeah, that's no good.
That's most of my dreams, like most nights.
Really?
Yeah, it's a recurring dream. Not that specifically, but leaving my apartment naked is a recurring dream.
Yeah.
I guess I sleep naked.
I think it means you're like anxious, right? Isn't that an anxiety thing?
Is it? Me? Anxious? Do I seem anxious to you?
No,
in your years of knowing me,
what am I saying?
In your years of knowing me, Jason, have I ever come off as anxious, high-strung, emotionally volatile, prone to depression?
What am I thinking?
Self-loathing.
What was I thinking?
No. Here's your message for the new year, guys. I am a fucking golden god. I am perfect, and you are not. So fucking bow down to me, and please keep listening to the show. Thank you. Bye.
Yeah.